Hello and welcome to this summary of the epic quarterfinals from Memory League Season 9. And the first quarterfinal was between Bayern from Mongolia and Sylvan from France. And they started quite fast with the first discipline chosen by Bayern, the young Mongolians' favorite discipline, or at least one of his best disciplines. As you can see, he memorizes two images at the same time, and in the end he stopped at a world-class time of 12.52 seconds. During recall he had some trouble here, 28 only, but then he suddenly realized that and he changed it back, leading 1-0 at this point. Then we are jumping in game 4 here. Sylvan tries to draw the game, but he had trouble bringing it together and he failed here on cards with 21 seconds, so he was down 3-1. Numbers next chosen by Bayern, and he went for a slower time, just 48 seconds. Well, Sylvan was going for 19.4 seconds, but he couldn't figure it out. And so the game was already 4-1, but the match was far from over. And then they played international names, and you can see the score was quite close, but in the end Sylvan was able to win international names here with the final score 16-4, and yeah, getting one more point to get the game a bit closer, 4-2 at this point. Then cards. And as you can see, Sylvan a bit of problems here in the end, working hard with a nice time, 22.97 seconds, and he was again able to figure that out, which gets the game even closer to 4-3. Then numbers again, and this time Sylvan with 79 and Bayern just 78 here with not that strong time, but he was able to fill the gaps and correct the digits, and Sylvan just with 79, nice time, but it was not enough because of this one digit wrong. In the next discipline, Sylvan again won, and we have a score of 5-4 and a match point for Bayern on his favorite discipline, which is images. So we started with images. Would this next images trial be the last images trial? Let's take a look on this images challenge between these two memory athletes. So both went for a very fast approach here, very fast time, and in the end Sylvan was just a fraction of a second slower here with 12.8 versus 12.45. So that would be the match point for Bayern. If he would get everything together, then he would win the match and advance to the semi-final. And during recall he had no trouble getting everything together, and he was the first one advancing to the semi-final. So congratulations to the young Mongolian Bayern, and see you again during the next match. Next we saw an all-American quarterfinal between John Graham and one of two female contestants here in the quarterfinals, Claire Bookworm, under the eyes of 3 times world champion and Arena of Memory champion Alex Mullen, also from the USA. The first 3 games were quite clear, so we're right here in game number 4, John Graham leading 2-1 already. And this game 4 is words, and this is one specialty of Claire here, because she is so strong in words, getting 50 words, yeah, not every time, but very, very often. And again here, a very nice time for her, 39.79 seconds. And during the recall, she had almost no trouble here to get everything correct and got 50 words. So the match was drawn again, and they played images. John faster, but would he get 30 correct or just 28? And in the end he decided to put the images in the wrong way. So Claire was leading 3-2, and they played another round of images. The round before, Claire was going for 20 seconds and John for 13. This time John went again for 13 seconds, but Claire's time just 11.99. Could she do that? And would she be able to get a 4-2 lead here? Or would she do the same as John and create some mistake here? And yes, exactly the upset result, the opposite result from the first one. And the game was tied again. Then look at this crazy score. Claire won with 50 words, but John also 50 words. But Claire won anyway with a better time here, leading again. And after another round of cards and international names, as well as numbers, they have played every single game. And it was tied 5-5. Then they made some kind of deal. They decided to play 2 rounds of images already because it seemed that this would be the crucial discipline for this match. So they played images. First run, images, both again for a good time here, trying to beat the other one on the time. And they stopped the clock at 11.9 and Claire 1 second slower, 12.92. So it was in John's hands to get this point here, but it was a very, very close game here. You see that, 27-27. John leading here because of the time, but if Claire would get anything else correct, then she would get this point here. So we were waiting for the final decisions here, and both were thinking very, very hard, taking a long time to recall the last images, but still some gaps open here. Can one of these get more than 27? 28-28, almost simultaneously they put it in. Now 2 images to go. Would they put them in the right position? But John changed something back. So it was 27 for John only. Claire with 28. 10 seconds to go. Could it be that this would be the final result for images? And yes, it was the final result for this game. Claire won with 28 images against John with 27, and she couldn't believe it by herself. Second round was a bit more clear, John for a fast time again, and they draw the game again, and it was 1-1 after images. Then John won cards, and they went for international names. John leading 7-6 here, and needs 1 more point to win the match and go to the semi-final. But then this happened. 60 seconds for both, and that means if something like a draw would happen, then they would both get half a point. And we fast forward the recall here. It was such an exciting recall. 13-13 here. What would happen next? 14-13 for John, then 14-14 again. And John leading in again, 15-14. And in the end, it was 15-15, which means that this was a draw. And this was a chance for John to finish the match. And he chose numbers and went for a faster time than Claire. Here in the end, he will finish at 38 seconds, while Claire goes for 43 seconds. And during the recall, John had no problems at all. So he got 80 digits, which you see here on the screen. And John advanced as the second semi-finalist. Congratulations, John Graham. Quarterfinal number 3 between Andrea Muzzi from Italy and Katie Kermody from the UK. And Andrea is one of the best memory athletes nowadays. And they finished the first 2 games on 2 of their favorite games, numbers and international names, with 1-1. And then in the third discipline, it was cards. And Andrea had no problem to get 23 seconds correct, won the cards, and was leading 2-1. Then Katie had a very, very nice score here on words, drawing the game. And it was 2-2 with this 50 perfect words. Then in the 5th discipline, it was images, and Andrea got a nice time of 15.03, leading 3-2 again. And the next discipline was cards. Cards, definitely a specialty for Andrea. He had no problem at all on cards, and he won the cards and finished with a nice time, 19.63 seconds, while Katie wasn't able to figure it out here. And at this point, Andrea already leading 4-2. Then words again. Usually the time for Katie to strike back, but this time Andrea thinking very hard here, 49 words, and getting 50 done in 45 seconds is such an amazing performance. So it was a match point for Andrea, and the next discipline was chosen by Katie, and she had no choice. She had to choose numbers here. And let's enjoy this numbers match. Andrea with a match point here, no pressure anymore, going with his 3-digit system, as Katie has also a 3-digit system here. And Andrea, you just see his hairs here, and finished with a very, very solid and nice time, 16.43. And now enjoy this recall. Last row, last 20 digits, put into the last line in 8 seconds, and then just typing as fast as possible. No problem, no struggling, nothing at all. And he did 80 digits and typed them in within 28 seconds, which is an amazing performance during the recall. So in the end, Andrea won the match 6-2, well-deserved third competitor into the semifinals. Katie also got 80 correct, but that was a match point for Andrea. And last but not least, the old German quarterfinal, Simon Reinhardt versus Boris Conrad, and they have quite a history. Boris beat Simon as the only person in a real life competition of this format, and in the third game, it was cards at the third game here. Simon was already leading 2-0, and if Boris would have gone here for 60 seconds and played it safe, then he might have won this game here, because in the end, Simon made a mistake here, just get 48, but was leading very fast after another round of images. 4-0 already. Boris suffering here. 4-0 down already. Second words trial. 53 seconds. Look at him. He looks tired. And he is really in trouble here. Can he make it? Can he get some words done? But as you can see, again, a huge problem here for Boris. It was no chance here for him to get a point. So you look at him, really frustrated. 5-0. What can you do? Match point for Simon. But then Boris beats back. 74. He needs this last 6 digits. He was thinking about them very hard, going through his system. Can he fix it? His time was good enough. Simon with a not so strong time, and Boris did it, putting in the last digits, waiting for the final result. Would it be correct? He was going through all the digits again, making finish, and here his reaction. Here it is, the joy for the first point here. 5-1, long way to go, but that was the first nice game for Boris. 5-1, second match point for Simon then. They went for numbers again. Simon this time with his 4-digit system, changing his strategy here a bit. And in the end, Simon was faster. Boris just went for 60 seconds. Strategically, was it the right decision? It was, because Simon wasn't able to get all the digits done. So 5-2 after 7 games, then cards. Another special discipline for Simon. He was the world record holder in the past on cards. This time he went again for a safer time, playing it very safe, trying to get the last point with 30 seconds. But Boris again faster here. And the recall, the last minute. We fast forward that last minute here. 46 cards for Boris. Can he get it correct? He needs all the cards. 50-50 on the last 2 cards. Can he do it? That was the question. He puts it in. And then he was waiting for the result. Was it correct? Yes! 5-3. And then images. And Boris is better in images here. 5-4 only. So just 4 games in a row here, and then international names. Usually Simon is stronger in international names, but Boris has shown so many great results here, and is going up for 20. 20 would have been a personal record already. Could he do something more here? In the end, he wasn't capable of that, but it was a personal record with 20. He can be happy with that. What a wonderful fight in the end. Congratulations to Simon, but also congratulations to Boris for this epic match. And on overview here, we have Bayern beats Sylvan 6-4, John beats Claire 8.5, 6.5, Andrea beats Katie 6.62, Simon beats Boris 6-4. And this are the semi-finals. We have Andrea Muzzi versus John Graham on October the 4th, 4 p.m. GMT, and Simon Reinhardt versus Bayern on Wednesday, October 7, 2 p.m. GMT. Both matches live on Memory Sports TV. Keep on memorizing.